Okay, you pay $230. Again, this is your information, often sold by the government, being used by a commercial company to make themselves money, and not exactly telling you what they're doing with it, and no telling how it could affect your security. Then there's the online angle. You might not have realized this. Your browser history, your friend list, everything you like, that's all up for bids too. They can be combined. How big of a risk is this? I spoke with a cybersecurity expert, Merritt Baer. She's a Harvard Law grad who knows the legal side here, plus a tech expert. She explained more of the intricacies that we're all facing today. Merritt, suddenly cybersecurity is on everyone's mind because of 2016, and also just realizing how much privacy, or what we thought was private, has been sacrificed over the last few years.
In terms of search engines, yeah, they have crawlers that will basically kind of, we don't know how they operate because it's a proprietary thing, but they survey the web for content, and it's not clear, whether it might take 2 weeks for Google to hit your new content or, a couple hours, and probably, not clear to any one person there either. This is an amalgamation of algorithms. But as you interact as the user and you type in, you're looking for, mole rats in Wisconsin, it then
I do
learns,
that often.
It then learns not only that you're interested in mole rats in Wisconsin, but the fact that you might be in Wisconsin, the fact that you are, it learns your IP and some basic characteristics right away because you've signed up for terms of service. So you exchange some convenience for some privacy, and that is a reality of interacting with companies in general, and in the case of search engines, it's one way they try to customize to you.
One computer, if they have a family, it could be one of 4 or 5 people using that, and it's somewhat anonymous in that you're an IP address. On some of these other things like Spokio, Pipple, things like that, it is anything but anonymous. It is your name, your past addresses, your phone number, your relatives, and I wonder if there's any way to put up a firewall there around yourself.
There are some measures they can take. So you can choose to use one of the search engines that is not as invasive. So this would be something like XQuick or DuckDuckGo.
I've never heard of those.
They explicitly don't collect as much information. You might not like the quality of results they yield you because you probably have gotten consciously kind of grateful for the ways that Google predicts what you want.
Some of these elements that exist on the deep web are public records that are not searchable. Our voting history, our street addresses, our phone numbers. That is going to creep more and more into our public profile to where almost anything is accessible to anyone.
I mean, I think we're already seeing that creep now, and certainly, Equifax won't help the cause. I think we can expect that, there's different profiles for the types of breaches. So places like Anthem and OPM, we know they were after information. Things like Equifax, we think they were after money, and so those will yield different returns when it comes to what you're losing as a consumer. So you can use the lesser-known browsers. You can use a VPN. You can use Tor. There are a lot of ways you could obscure your experience or the extent to which others can see your information online. And very rarely do we trade the little bit of convenience for a fair amount of security.
So I thought that was interesting that you can use Tor to access the dark net. That's what people usually use it for, but you can also do it to make sure they're not snooping on what you're doing.